Hello, I'm Aldo from Herb and Fish. Here I'm with Nate. Hi, Nate.
Hey Aldo, hey Internet.
Thank you so much for coming. There is so much we can talk about today. Here in Herb and Fish, we are all about aquaponics, trying to design this product, and most importantly, bringing everything good from aquaponics to everybody, as much people as we can. However, there is a lot of things to know about aquaponics. Aquaponics is a huge world. Sometimes we get these questions on our social media. By the way, follow our social media. That requires a specialist. There are very deep questions, very precise topics that unfortunately we are not the best qualified to answer. That's why we start talking, we start chatting about, we introduce you the product and talk about what's the deal with this world, how it moves, what do you have to know. So what can you tell us?
What do you have to know? Just kidding. I'm happy to talk about that. Yeah, my background is in environmental studies in general. I've worked in nonprofits, worked with the government, worked with private enterprise, worked on waste management, plastic waste issues. I've developed mobile apps. I've done conservation projects. I'm happy to address this from a high level, and I'm happy to make it simple for regular people. I find often that people don't seem to understand environmental concepts, and I get it, they're confusing, but don't worry, I've dedicated my life to this, so I'm happy to explain it.
Yeah, well, one of the first things that came to my mind when I started working here, it was, this is scary. Like I saw aquaponic systems before. There is tutorials and videos all over the internet, but it looks super complex. However, when you go through blogs and you go through guides, the first thing they tell you is, oh, it's super easy to maintain, it's super easy to do, but it's actually not that easy. And there is a little bit of background that you have to get before you start.
Yeah, I myself have nightmares sometimes about aquariums, but if you spend enough time looking, if you're passionate about it, it's not that difficult. I mean, an aquaponics system is exactly like nature. Plants, water, sunlight, and some food that you add in. So once you understand the basics of that, you understand water levels. It helps if you have equipment that can show you those exact levels. It's really not that different than following a recipe or in some ways playing a video game, but it's with living animals and plants instead of digital characters.
Okay, so a couple of days ago in our Facebook and Twitter, we asked people to send us their questions, their doubts, anything they want to know about aquaponics, environment, or what's going on with nature. We got some really interesting questions. We select 3 of them and we are going to try to answer them. Actually, I'm not going to answer them, and it's Nate going to do it. And we will be doing this for almost a month. So any doubt you have, anything you want to ask to Nate, anything you want to ask about us, is welcome. And we will do as much videos as we can, and we will try to answer all of your questions. So the first one comes from James Shonin. His question is, concerning aquaponics and herb and fish products, could you tell us more about the beneficial bacteria and if there is any risk to children or pets?
Sure, James. Good question. Bacteria are microorganisms, just kind of like extremely tiny animals. In the case of aquaponics, the important thing is the bacteria that convert nitrogen in its toxic form to nitrogen in its edible form for plants. Think of the bacteria as tiny little chefs preparing all of the poop for the plants to be able to absorb. You can't just give plants poop directly, I've tried, in order for them to survive. Instead, you need these bacteria. These bacteria exist in aquariums as we have them, rivers, lakes, and they pose no threat to human health. There are, of course, other bacteria in rivers and lakes that could hurt you, but they're not going to be found in a home aquaponics system. I've been working with aquariums for many years, and I haven't ever been sick from fish water. There's other problems with fish water sometimes, if all my aquarium experts out there know about, doing water changes, but it's not going to affect your health in any way.
What about other pets? What happens if a dog or a cat somehow drinks that water?
Dogs and cats drink and eat a lot of gross stuff. I think all my pet owners know what I mean. So if my dog or cat drank some of my aquarium water, it's fine. A lot of my cats actually used to just kind of play with the fish and try and swat at them, and they would end up drinking the aquarium water, and those cats have lived to be very old. In fact, one of these cats just won't die, actually.
Well, so here you are. No risk for children or pets.
No risk for pets, children, or etc.